Ciao guys! I am in Florence for the weekend, just a quick weekend away, and I'm here with my friend and we are so excited to be here. We have the craziest Airbnb, which I will get into in a second. We actually don't have a lot of plans. I was meant to do a lot of like due diligence, research and whatever, but I just ran out of time. So I used what I helped my sister with to plan her honeymoon as the basis for this trip. What day is it? Today is Friday and my friend has something to do. I'm gonna explore the city for about half a day. We're gonna meet up and then just have a girls' day in Florence. I'm trying not to pack everything in all at once and I'm trying to space it out so that I don't burn myself out, because I get to that point sometimes where I've just burned myself out traveling. I say I want to do X, Y, and Z. I need this photo, I need that video, I need all of that kind of thing. And I'm like, no, you need to chill out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a cafe because I'm starving. I am going to at least one museum today, probably the Uffizi, maybe Palazzo Medici, oh my god, I'm sounding so American, I'm so sorry. And then I'm hoping to find a really nice, pretty place for dinner with some wine. My friend wanted to go to this jazz bar, so we're going to go do that. I'm not sure if I have enough time for Piazzale Michelangelo. You know that viewpoint that's out on the hill? I do want to go because I have not been here in at least a decade. The last time I went up the Piazzale Michelangelo, I think there's a cemetery right there. I had the most gorgeous photo, which I'll insert here. It was one of my Facebook cover photos for like the longest time. So I have good memories of being over here from when I studied abroad in Rome. I lived in Rome for an academic year studying architecture. So my background is in architecture. So yeah, I'm happy to be back here because I want to see how I view the city now that I'm older and wiser, because I remember being so partial to Rome. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna wrap up my rambling because I do want to show you this Airbnb and I want to get going. I want to hit the ground. So when you walk in, you are greeted with like this medieval inspired interior. And it's not to say that all of this stuff is like medieval artwork or anything like that. I actually don't know. Isn't it so cool? I think it's amazing, even if it's like maybe a gimmick. But to me, I'm like, this looks legit. Who owns this house? We got insanely lucky with availability here. I really like this table here. And also, if you look at here, the mosaics on here, I'm like, it has to be like made. Do you know what I mean? It has to be handmade. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. I'm absolutely geeking. Hello. And then in the summer, that's, you could use the AC. And then the view of all views. When I saw this photo on Airbnb and I was like, okay, yeah, like whatever, maybe you're nearby, but I didn't realize that they were right on Ponte Vecchio. Look. Oh gosh. There's Ponte Vecchio. There's the Arno River. Look at that. That's amazing, isn't it? Oh. And of course they're doing works next door, if you can hear that. Can you imagine? Basically, why we got so lucky with this place is because it's winter and it's usually booked out. It's February and yeah, there's availability. In the summer, I can just picture this just being such a thing. I just don't even know. You open the balcony and you have drinks and you have a glass of wine and it's like so beautiful. Reviews were so funny because it's like, this is so outdated and like blah, blah. And I'm like, this is a medieval structure. You're on a medieval bridge. What are you talking about? I'll leave the link below, but just forewarning that everything else is very, very small, okay? And there's not as much lighting anywhere because this is basically the start of the Ponte Vecchio. It's a flat on the Ponte Vecchio. So there's basically one major light source, and everything else is just small windows. So I'm going to show you the kitchen, the bathroom, and the bedroom. Bedroom is in a state. I'm sorry we got here late last night, but I want to show you the view outside of the bedroom. So this is like the tiniest kitchen I've ever seen in my life. You got your boiler, your sink, and just two hobs, which is fine. Like, you can definitely do a lot with that. But if I were to actually live here, oh my goodness gracious. And then coming up the stairs here, we have the bathroom. Which is so old school, isn't it? And then you can see obviously like that we're under an arch with the ceilings. And then this is the bedroom. Oh my God, what a state. I'm so sorry. But this is another arch. And they've covered up this back wall with like this velvet thing, which is so funny. It's just a white wall with like, it just needs some repairs. And then when you open this window, look at this. How insane is that? It says Ponte Vecchio. Do you see it? Oh my days. It's so insane. Okay, so I am gonna stop dilly-dallying. I've just had such a field day. I came in so late last night, so I didn't get to see the Airbnb in all its splendor, but I'm like geeking so hard, but I'm getting so distracted. I have to go. I have to get out. I have to eat something. So let's go. And this is my outfit of the day. The Adidas that you saw in the last vlog, Uniqlo pants, a Zara jacket, and then this is the Uniqlo bag that you saw the last time. I didn't realize that if you pull the back, it adjusts, so I don't have to do much. Oh, it's so great. I'm so glad I had this. You'd think because it's winter travel that there'd be less people here, but it's still actually pretty crowded. I can't imagine what it's like in the summertime actually. I keep getting distracted because it's beautiful everywhere. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful everywhere. I need to eat something. was just explaining to my friend that today is quickly becoming a food and drink day. I fully intended to go to some galleries. I'll go to like one museum today, but I think it's going to be mostly eating and drinking, which I'm totally fine with. But because I got a later start and a slow start to my day, I think we only have room for one museum just for today. We have 2 more days after this. Honestly,
she's shocked.
Amazing!
Oh
Wow!
Bello, grazie. Wow. Yeah, it was found out. She was sued. She's paying like millions of euros for that. And
Your card, take your picture. It'll be worth it.
oh my god, you're working girls. I'm into eating. Have a little chat with it.
Due normali
Grazie. Yes, espresso.
e macchiato.
So, the Medici family in
Architecture, which symbolizes democracy, but people like use it for like bad memes and stuff like that. So here we are. Okay, so something I like to do when I'm abroad is like look at a grocery store, and I'm in a supermarket right now across from our Airbnb, and they have these ready-made Italian meals, and they look so good. Let me show you. Look at this, tripa alla Fiorentina. Oh my god, seppellino. I don't know what that is. It looks like aubergine, eggplant. Rigatoni al ragu toscana. Oh my god, look at that. What is this one? Peachy al ragu di chianina. Tordelli le glucese al ragu. God, and you can just like warm these up, can you? Ravioli, pomodoro, egg, basilico. Looks like €4 these prices. Let's do a red because I'm in Italy.
Should we just move to Florence?
We found the pasta. Jackpot.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is just a basic cheers.
Did that work? Let's see. Yeah. Wait, I'm too tilty. I'm too tilty. All right.
Get to work, girl.
We are getting ready to go back out, and I'm just gonna touch up my makeup real quick. I'm looking very plain today, very plain indeed. So if I'm gonna go out on these Florentine? God, don't come for me for that, sorry. I need to like look like I'm going out, right? So we're going to a jazz bar, so it's not like clubbing or anything like that. I don't know if anybody is suffering from this, but I mean, obviously because it's winter, my face has gotten so dry, and I don't know if it's because it's age or anything like that, but here and here, and I'm kind of like breaking out here, but here especially, if it's like, do you see that? Oh, I think it's age. But I also think it's like, I mean, I put on so much moisturizer this season, but I am still like, it's not a good look. Just a quick eyeshadow underneath my eye, something darker, because I was like very simple today with my makeup, so looking like I'm actually having a nightlife instead of being a grandma. I'm just gonna put on some more mascara as well, and then My hair was such a flop today. It's like so bad. It's so bad. I don't know what to do with it. I guess I'll keep it down. I don't want to. I should have curled it or something. It's dark out and nobody will notice what I look like, I think. All right, that's it. That's all. That's the most I'm doing. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna redo my lips, of course, but we're gonna head out. In the Zara sale. All right, let's go out on the town. A beautiful view in 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Yes, we should head that way. 2 out of places you're not supposed to be, like Palazzo Gucci. Ciao. This is really cool. Wait, I'm recording myself, but I don't want to get dinged by YouTube. But I'm not monetized, so I guess I could see Michael Jackson. It stopped raining, but the weather is not on our side today. It's all right. We plan for these things. If I have no umbrella. Hello, bird. Day 2 of Florence. Got a late start again, so we're gonna try to see how not busy the museums are today, but it is like kind of gray out, so I think it's a perfect day for the museums. I did curl my hair, so I think it's not gonna last, which is unfortunate, but it was looking a bit messy yesterday, so I wanted to make it look nice. Anyway, we're running a bit late on our schedule, so we gotta go. Who is this diva?
Oh my god, he is, yeah.
Good truffle dispersion. And then we got our wine. We are set for lunch. Gosh, I can't get away even when I'm in Italy. I think we had the best lunch, and it was one of the recommendations I gave to my sister on her honeymoon. And to actually test it out in real life, I was like, oh, that was such a good decision. Buongiorno guys! Last day in Florence. I have to put my face on and get out of here. But I'm not leaving till late. My flight is at night. Oh dear. When you plan these things, these weekend getaways when you're over here, like taking advantage of being in London and trying to travel to Europe, when you're like, oh, just a long weekend, Thursday night to Sunday night or Thursday night to Monday morning, when you think about it, you're like, that's really not a lot of time. But I'm the kind of person, and my friends are as well, where we will hit the ground running and we will do everything, well, most things that our bodies will allow. And then it turns into just being out all day. The time passes and you're like, that was just 3 days. That was insane. Not done yet. Still got a ways to go. Today is Sunday. The only thing I'm doing today is having breakfast and going to the Uffizi Gallery. There's some photography stuff that I would like to get. Some shots of the Ponte Vecchio from the other bridge and some of the Duomo. I actually haven't gotten Duomo shots, and I should have. This is something I should have woken up early for, I do admit. The crowds in front of it are so massive, and it shouldn't be today because it's Sunday and the church is actually closed. It's free to visit, by the way. It's something that I should have done, and it's somewhere I should have visited, but I had gone before when I studied abroad. Like, if we're being completely honest, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I prefer the exterior than the interior. It's something where I should have come in with older, more mature eyes, as I was saying, and seen how I think about it now versus when I was a stupid student. But it's all right. I honestly, like, I'm not gonna force myself to do something just for social media. There are a ton of videos on the Duomo on YouTube, and I'm sure TikTok and Instagram and stuff, so you can see for yourself what it does look like. But I did really in my heart want to go to Uffizi Gallery because I could not remember at all what it was like inside. I don't remember. I know that on our school trip we went, and okay, let me rewind it back to the beginning, like why I say school trip and stuff, and like I don't even know if I elaborated on it. I studied abroad in Rome for an academic year, so I was in Rome for 9 months, and we had field trips. We took field trips out to other cities in Italy. One of them for one of the breaks, one of the half-term breaks. One of them was to the Tuscan region. So we did everything. We did San Gimignano, Montepulciano, we went to Siena, and we went to Florence and stuff like that. So when I say I've been here long time ago for school, that's what I mean. I was on a school field trip whilst studying abroad. I think at this point, because we had gone to Florence in February and it was cold, at this point, because we had been traveling so much, I didn't realize it at the time. And you'd think that because like you're young, you have all this energy, but I didn't realize it at the time, but I was really tired at that point. We had seen all these churches, and like historically speaking, this is all very important in terms of the evolution of architecture. By the time I got here, I just wanted to exist, and I wanted to walk around. I don't remember Florence too much, except bits and pieces here and there. So it's not something that had been preserved in my memory, unfortunately. So I thought to myself, like, maybe it's because I prefer Rome that I didn't remember it too much, and I was in Rome mostly, you know what I mean? Like, of course I remember Rome better than the other parts where I spent a day or two. I'm happy I came back, looking at Florence with new eyes, with mature eyes. I'm glad I took this trip, because it was between here and Venice, and I'm glad I chose here. Venice was getting expensive, actually, because it was Carnival. Like, I chose the wrong day for my spontaneous travel in February. I could have done it in March as well. I don't know why I had to say February. It's just like feeling really antsy and spontaneous, and I wanted to get out of the UK. Yeah, that's how I ended up choosing Florence. My friend has gone. She's off to Paris, and so it's just me for the day. And then I think maybe around 5 p.m. I'll start making my way to the airport. Okay, I'm gonna finish getting ready. This is the weather for today. Still overcast, which is fine. That's what the weather forecast had said anyway. But at least it's not like heavily raining. So I don't think I'm going to bring my umbrella today, the umbrella that's in here. But this is what I'm wearing. I tried to keep my hair down for the rest of this trip, but it's not working out. It's just better when it's up. Like for me, spiritually, it's better when my hair is up. COS shirt, Uniqlo pants, and then I'll put on my Adidas. I think it's a very European outfit. What do you think? I also look like I'm going to work. Also, one thing I wanted to note was that I was looking up tickets for Uffizi Gallery yesterday, and there are several options on like which ticket that you can do. One of them is the Vasari Passage, which I guess had been closed for 8 years while they do like restoration work on it. And I like looked up what it was. I think it was like maybe €18 more on top of the Uffizi Gallery ticket. I looked up what it was, and then I also looked on TikTok and Instagram to see if anybody had made reviews, which they did. And I was like, I don't think I need to walk a long corridor to the Palazzo Pitti. I left off Palazzo Pitti this trip because it's like, I think it's mostly gardens as well. I know it's a beautiful palace, but I think it's also worth seeing for the gardens, and because it's still winter, I said, I'm just gonna leave it off. I'll probably it'll be just an excuse to come back here. Anyway, so one of the things that I saw from the Vasari corridor is that it actually runs along this Airbnb, and I just think that's such a crazy historical thing, and I'm so happy that we booked it because I'm like, wow, it's right there. This is the passage that the Medici family used between Palazzo Vecchio and Palazzo Pitti, I think. If I'm butchering that, I'm so sorry, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was used for. And they would take guests, if they had guests, around the corridor in carriages because it was such a long distance. So I think that's so insane. Look. So if you can see here up these windows where it's like the barred window, that's the Vasari Passage. Goes down Ponte Vecchio. It's pretty neat. That little cafe was so cute, and I'm happy to say that I will be on time for Uffizi Gallery as opposed to late, which was what I was expecting because I eat very slow. I already had a pleasant day on my last day, but I almost got hit by a car as well. You guys, I am finally out of there. That took me like 3 hours total. And now I have some choices to make. Do I go to Piazzale Michelangelo or do I have a slow afternoon until I leave? I don't know. We'll see. I'm very hungry. I need to drink something as well. I think the clouds just decided for me whether or not I'm going to Piazzale Michelangelo. I'm gonna eat something and I'm gonna have a little afternoon. I do have to take some more photos of things. Like, I don't have any photos up close of the Duomo. It's always like, when you have like the final hours left somewhere, it's always like a mad rush to get everything that you want content-wise. I tried to make this like really like a well-rounded vlog and visit to Florence, but I'm not going to get to everything, obviously. It was just 3 days and I think I did a lot in 3 days, to be honest with you. Also, I want to say that I thought that ticket was worth it. I was a little bit like, it's a bit too expensive, that ticket, and it's like another gallery. I've been to so many museums already. Well, in the dramatic sense, not like actual. So I think that it's worth it. If I were to do a condensed itinerary, I would 100% have that one on, and the Accademia as a must, and then maybe one other optional museum, but I do think that's worth it. I didn't even stay as long as I could. I was actually really targeted on what I wanted to see, so I do recommend it. I do think you should plan for more hours than you think. I did decide that I am going to get some Duomo pictures. It's kind of cloudy, but it's like getting there's pockets of sunlight, so I just kind of want to capture that if I can. Okay, my camera is now at 12%, my big camera, so I'm taking that as a sign to actually like get something to eat. Okay, you guys, my Florence trip comes to an end and I am heading to the airport. I'm gonna miss this Airbnb so much. It was just so interesting. And I had the best day and I think I made some really good decisions. Really proud of myself. Because sometimes I can be a little bit indecisive and I was like, no, I have to get XYZ done because I have a flight to catch. I'm sad that I didn't get to Piazzale Michelangelo, but I'll come back. And I like that I spent the time taking photos of the Duomo exterior while I could, and I just had a long early dinner. Instead of rushing, I was just trying to enjoy the rest of my day. So I'm gonna leave it here, and I wanna say thank you so much for watching this vlog. I really enjoyed capturing this trip, actually. It was a really good trip. I wanted to see how I felt about Florence now that I'm older and wiser, and I have to say, I love this city. I love this place. I will be back, hopefully with my sister, just exploring more of the region as well. I want to kind of revisit everywhere I've went when I was studying abroad in Italy. So that's like a journey for another time. If you made it this far, thank you so much again, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye.